What is up, YouTube? We're back with another YouTube video, and today we're here with a guide for the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Mid-Season 5 event for the vehicle challenges as well as the faction showdown camo challenges. Now, we're going to start off here with the vehicle challenges, and just to, kind of get this intro out the way, this is what took the longest for me to complete. I'm going to be completely honest with you. If these weren't here, this guide would have been out day one, to be honest. But this just was annoying. I promise you the armored truck is not for the faint of heart. This mission will test your limits, mainly because if you try doing this in DMZ, it could be working now, I'm not sure, but when I tried it, it wasn't tracking at all. And then I did it in Spec Ops, which if you are a free-to-play player, that's not good because obviously you can't play Spec Ops because it's not free to play. You need to own MWII and pay $70+ to play it, so obviously, if you're a free-to-play player and you want that, you can't get it. But other than that, it was pretty good, I would say. The only issue I had was the MRAP because it made you play Armored Royale, and I wasn't a big fan, but I did end up getting all this done. I will say, spoiler alert, at the end of the video when I give my thoughts, I hope they never bring back vehicle challenges ever again. But who knows, maybe I'm in the minority and you guys love vehicle challenges. Let me know down in the comment section below if you think they should bring these back. But we are going to start off with the vehicle challenges and then work our way towards the camo challenges just because those are relatively easy compared to the vehicle challenges. And I do want to show you very quickly that for the vehicle challenges, all you need to do for mastery is complete 6 vehicle event challenges to unlock mastery rewards. Now, just in case you don't want to watch the rest of the video, you just want the TLDR on how many vehicle challenges you should get done to get mastery. Do the LTV and DMZ, relatively easy, very common weapon, or not weapon, car that spawns in that allows you to run over enemies very quickly with the AI. Light Helo, refuel it at 10 different gas stations, pretty self-explanatory. PWC, visit 5 POIs while driving the vehicle, go to Shika Island, Resurgence, DMZ, whatever, and just go on the outer edge of the map. Armored patrol boat, get 20 kills while using boat turrets, go into DMZ and kill AI with the armored patrol boat on a Shika Island. Dirt bike, perform 20 air tricks with the dirt bike, again pretty self-explanatory. And then the hatchback, get 10 operator kills while leading out of the vehicle, again pretty self-explanatory. If you want further tips and seeing me do it, stay tuned for the video. But if you just want to hear what are the 6 easiest ones to do, that's going to be it, as well as the ATV, because all you have to do is land Zai Observatory and jump off the cliff with it and you should have no problem. Now, if you want the loading screen, emblem, and weapon, follow that. You'll see the rewards a little bit later on in the video. But for the faction showdown camo challenges, these were all pretty easy. You can do these in shipment, but the only one you can't do is the LMGs. This one requires you to get 30 operator long shots using an LMG. So I just played regular team deathmatch and was hoping to get a good map. I ended up getting Helo at Expo, and I ended up getting some long shots there where I would eventually complete the challenge. Everything else was done in shipment, and then you can see the weapon camo is down there along with the charm. This is what it looks like. I will show it again later on in the video on a sniper rifle and a nice interaction it has. But other than that, that's going to do it for the intro. Let's start off with the vehicle challenges and show you how you can complete the armored truck. So you can see I'm starting off with the armored truck, and the backstory to this is I'm pretty much driving the whole game with an armored truck. Didn't run into anybody. Here I see an enemy team. I decided to drive straight into this Jeep right here, and you can see I hit it so hard that it ends up blowing up. Now, as you can imagine, the players didn't take too kindly to what I did, and I pretty much knew, like, once that happened, I was going to die anyway. But as you can see, I drove pretty fast enough to where I blew up that Jeep when I hit it. And what you're going to see in a little bit is that the mission progression screen is going to pop up. I'm going to end up going back to the main menu, and then you're going to see the progress I made there. I thought for sure, I was like, man, I drove so fast, I blew up the Jeep. I had to get progress, right? And in the game, I even ran into AI trucks. I ran into other, I ran into an LTV earlier, and you can see I'm 0 out of 5. So I was like, what? That makes no sense. So I was just, I was pretty upset. But then I read online on Reddit that you can actually get this done in low profile, the Spec Ops mission. The only downside to doing this is, well, if you're a free-to-play player, you don't have access to Spec Ops. This is not free-to-play. So you can see I just hopped in, and unfortunately you can't do this solo. You have to always queue up with a teammate. If you don't have one, the game will matchmake for you. But you can see once you find all 3 radioactive objectives, you are going to have to exfil. Once you make it to exfil, the heli is going to start getting attacked, and you're going to see these armored trucks here that are going to pull up. These are the vehicles you want, so try not to blow them up. And you can see what you're going to do is actually start driving these. And you can see I'm going to enter the armored truck, and all you really want to do is drive into these trucks. Now you can see I was in the out of combat area. I was like, let me get back in here. But somehow I managed to get 3 out of 5 during this one run, which was pretty interesting. I don't know exactly which hits it was. I'm assuming it's when you hit the other truck and it causes, you know, some of the armor to fall off. So I think so far I'm at 1 out of 3. I'm just trying to see exactly, you know, when else that happens. Maybe right there, 2 out of 3. And we're just going to hope that there's another clean hit somewhere. The heli will start blowing up these cars, which is pretty annoying. But I think even if the car has been blown up, you can still run into it and still get progress. Because you can see I'm still trying to do it over here with these cars. And you can see that one was a pretty clean hit right there. I was moving pretty fast. And then you will have a certain amount of time to get on the heli. You can see I got on. And again, it's just pretty annoying that this is how you have to approach this mission. But you can see mission accomplished. And then I end up getting the stars and everything. And then it'll pop up a menu. You can see here when you return back, you're going to get your after action report. And then here you are going to see me check my progress one more time. And then you're going to see that somehow I was able to get 3 out of 5. Okay, so I took that and I was like, bet, let's do it one more time. So I made my way towards the end. As you can see, we're calling in the exfil. And here you can see is when the trucks are coming in. Now, this is not as smooth as what happened in the first one that you just saw. You're going to see here that I miss a lot of, you know, the hits that I want to do with the truck, as you can see. And some of these, like I said, will always be targeted by the heli. So you can see here I drive. And I think this one must have counted. If not, then the driving in this game really isn't the greatest anyway. You can't really get too much speed with this. But you can see most of the trucks are pretty much just by themselves. There's no enemies driving them. So it's pretty hard to, you know, ram into some of them that the enemies are driving, because some of them are just empty or they'll just get out. So you can see here I'm just driving around, and pretty much this is where I do believe you can run into blown up vehicles, because as you're going to notice in a couple seconds, most of these are going to be either empty or blown up, and I'm still driving into them just to see if I get progress. And I do end up completing it after here. I'm going to let this play out just so you can hear the little audio chime, because nothing pops up on your screen. You're just going to have to pay attention to the audio. So I'm going to let it play out, and then I'll pick up with you guys after we complete it. So as you heard that little noise right there, whatever kind of noise that was, that's what you want to hear to know that you actually completed it. So you can see I heard that noise. I was like, regardless, I have to get on the exfil. Apparently you end up getting a mission filled or whatever if you don't exfil after, you know, the timer runs out. So I was like, whatever, I don't really care. Spec Ops, you know, is whatever anyway. But then you can see here, as you get the after action report, I go to check my events, and you can see 5 out of 5. So I was able to get it done somehow. So hopefully you can find this useful. Now we're getting into the MRAP. Now this one I have second just because it's kind of annoying, the gameplay loop, if you ask me. Playing Armored Royale really isn't the best, especially as a solo player, because you can't go in here solo and they pretty much pair you with 3 random teammates, and you know, you can either have good teammates or you can have bad teammates. I've had some games where I've had some of the best drivers that I've ever seen in Warzone history, where they're taking gunfights, they're taking me to easy spots where I could get kills, Then I've had games where I feel like it's the first time someone's picked up a controller, right? Now, when it comes to getting kills with the MRAP, all you're going to want to do is do what I'm doing here. Is just use the turret. You can use a buy station in the back of the MRAP to upgrade your MRAP. You can buy a grenade turret, which is located in the front. You can upgrade how much it takes to overheat the gun. That way you can send more shots down without overheating. And you can, increase the armor. You can increase the speed of the MRAP and everything. But you mainly just want to get a bunch of cash when you drop and fight enemy teams later on when the circle starts to move. Here you can see you can upgrade it and you can repair it. That way you don't get your MRAP blown up. But as long as you have an MRAP, you will continuously respawn. Now, when it comes to just the gameplay loop, like I said, get kills, but also try to coordinate with your team. I've had teammates who have been very good in helping me and being like, oh yeah, no problem, get on the turret. There's some teammates who don't care that you're doing this and they're going to take the turret from you. It's just give and take. If you can get a squad of 4 people, that's very, very helpful. That way you can coordinate with your friends and be like, hey, let's do this. Drive me to this team. I need 3 more kills. Just help me push this, stuff like that. But other than that, that's pretty much going to do it. I found it pretty annoying, but if you're someone who likes this type of gameplay, it is, kind of exhilarating when you're playing this. I'm not going to lie. It did get the blood flowing a lot. I'm not going to lie. When it comes to moving circle, fighting other enemy teams and stuff. My main tip is if you're going to do this and be the turret guy, as you can see where I'm at, if you're doing this, 1, try to take out enemy MRAPs from their tires. If you can pop their tires first, you can immobilize them and then obviously do damage. And then after you pop the tires and you disable the vehicle, I would say your next main target should be the enemy on the turret, right? That way, if you are fighting another team, make sure you're just taking out their turret guy first. That way you can't take as much damage and then just end up finishing kills. Use your turret, to your advantage and stuff like that. But the gameplay loop is going to be pretty simple. If you have a good team, they'll take you to gunfights. You'll be able to fight people. You'll be able to get easy kills. If you can have them knock them for you and you finish with the turret, maybe that counts, maybe not. I'm not 100% sure, but that's just one way I could think of them helping you. But other than that, that's going to do it for the MRAP. So let's move on to the next vehicle. So you can see here we are now on the tanks, and there's 2 tanks that you can operate in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. The reason this is in 3rd place for going from the most annoying challenges to the easiest is because you have to own Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 in order to do this. To my knowledge, there is no Warzone playlist that allows you to use a tank. Unless you guys know something that I don't know, leave it down in the comment section below, but I'm pretty sure there's no tank playlist in Warzone. But you can see here's gameplay of the heavy tank, and there is, like I said, 2 types of tanks, heavy and light. And pretty much the main tank, in my opinion, you want to go for is the heavy tank. The heavy tank has way more armor on it, so you can take more damage while inside of it. And the turret, in my opinion, is just genuinely better. You can see it shreds enemies, and if you do run into another tank, it's easy to get, damage off with this turret. Now, when it comes to the light tank, it's, in my opinion, just pretty trash. It has light armor, meaning, if you get shot at twice with like a rocket or something, you're pretty much gonna get blown up. And when it comes to the turret, it's not, inside the vehicle like you can see the heavy tank. The heavy tank, you're pretty much operating it from inside the tank, so there's no way for you to get shot at. The only way you can die while using the heavy tank turret is by getting blown up. Now, when it comes to the light tank, it's pretty much like an MRAP. You're kind of open to getting shot at. There's no armor. There's nothing protecting you. It's just you aiming the turret and shooting. Now, since we're playing ground war, there are people sitting on rooftops with snipers, and it's very easy for you to get sniped inside of a light tank. In a heavy tank, as you can see here, you're not exposed at all, and it's very easy to get kills. Now, in total, to get the operator kills, it wasn't too hard. If anything, I thought it was a little easy to do. The only downside to this is that it does require you to own Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. If you're a free-to-play player, unfortunately, there's no way of getting around this, at least to my knowledge. Like I said, if you know something, let it be known in the comment section down below. But when it comes to getting the tank kills, you only need 20 operator kills with either turret. So whether it's the heavy tank turret or the light tank turret, just get 20 kills and you will be done with this challenge. Now when it comes to the next vehicle, we're going to be going over the hatchback. And just to show you, you can get this done solo. It's not the best thing, and I did this on Resurgence, but you kind of get the idea of what you want to do here. You want to go into a map that has a hatchback like Vandal, and then just drive around, switch seats, and I found an AFK player, and I was like, screw it, I'm just going to take this kill. So that is progress 1 out of 10 for me. But I do want to show you here a game mode you can play that's way more effective is Lockdown Quads. This is respawn enabled, spawn with loadout, and it's pretty much playing hardpoint on Vandal with several other teams, kind of like a battle royale, So when you spawn in, this is what your circle may look like. It's probably random, but you can see I started off over zoo, and I was looking for a hatchback, and I couldn't find one inside the circle. There's only one outside the gas. There's SUVs, there's boats, there's PWCs, but there's no hatchback inside the circle. Now the good thing is the circle does expand and move around, so if you're like me and you can't get a hatchback in the first circle, just play it out, wait a little bit, and when it expands, look around. You can see it expanded. I went around and I found a hatchback, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start just looking for people. I'm gonna switch seats, try to do this solo. I did have a teammate with me, that way they can drive and, you know, kind of chauffeur me around. So you can see we knew there was a team down here because he killed my teammate, so I decided to drive around, and they were still in here because of the crowns on the mini map. So I went around, I switched seats in the car here, and I leaned out, was able to get 2 kills really quickly. You can see you do get kind of like a UAV pop, so I use that to my advantage here. There's several people around me. You can see I end up getting 2 kills really easily without too much effort. I end up dying. I landed back. My teammate gets the car, and we dip. And we're just trying to reposition ourselves because we don't want to push our luck in that one spot. But just so you can see, I go, and I almost got a full kill here. I did knock somebody, so I don't know if they end up bleeding out or not. But you can see I got a knock. And here you can see there's going to be another team deploying to my left. This guy lands straight on us, and I wasn't even expecting that. But I told my teammate to stop. I get this kill, and that was my last one that I needed. You're going to see right now, it's going to say hatchback challenge complete. Get 10 operator kills while leaning out of the hatchback. So that's how I recommend to do it. It's pretty easy doing it in this game mode. Again, it's respawn. You get your loadout. You should be pretty comfortable with that. So that's going to do it for the hatchback. Now we're going to move on to the dirt bike. Now for the dirt bike, I have no idea where to start. The dirt bike is a funny one, to be honest. You can see in the gameplay I'm hitting a Superman right there. But the core mechanic for this is pretty much just bring yourself down near Rohan Oil. You can see where I'm at. And there's like these sandy dune mountain areas. Now, you can see on controller, if you look by the health bar of the dirt bike, you're going to see that it says press right stick for an air trick. Now, you can move the right stick in different directions for different animations. I actually didn't know that until, I don't know if it's even in this gameplay where I figured it out. But you can see, just bring yourself up these mountains or these hills. Make sure you get some sick air time. And all you got to do is just hit the trick while you're doing it. And you just have to do it 20 times. I believe each XP pop-up that you see counts as 1 time. So all you have to do is do it 20 times. I did it in DMZ, but you can also do this in Warzone and stuff like that. But you can see I'm just trying to get some speed, trying to get on top of a mountaintop, and just hitting some sick tricks with the dirt bike. You can see for the longest I was doing the same animation, and there I realized, wait, did my guy just do a different one? So that's pretty much all you have to do. There's not really much you have to worry about other than getting shot at by other players or AI. And do know that there is this, I don't know if it's a bug at this point because it's been in the game for so long and it hasn't been addressed. But there's an issue where if you get off your dirt bike, it starts to damage itself. I can't tell you why. I don't know why it does that. I'm pretty sure it's not intentional, but it ends up happening regardless. And you can see here I hit a sick front flip. But if you get off of it, it's going to start pretty much taking imaginary damage and then somehow will blow itself up. So do be careful of that. If you're going to be using the dirt bike, make sure you're always on it. And if you do get off, pay attention because it's going to start making like these cracking noises or popping noises like the engine is getting hit or something. And here you can see I actually ended up taking a nasty spill and it ends up blowing itself up here. So you're going to see in a couple of seconds I decided to kill this AI. And for whatever reason, I held X, and then I shot at it by accident, and it ends up just taking big damage because I shot it. So don't be like me. But moving on from this one, like I said, 20 air tricks. You should have no problem getting that done. But moving on, we're going to go now to the armored patrol boat. Now, what I recommend is you spawn into Shika Island in DMZ, and this is, in my opinion, the fastest and easiest way to get this done. Just be careful when you're playing a Shika Island in DMZ, just because if you're not a regular DMZ player, this is where kinda, you know, the cracked out Warzone fiends decide to load into DMZ just to try to, you know, kill other players for whatever reason off spawn. It's the smallest map, so just know that you may get rushed off of spawn if you're not, you know, accustomed to Shika Island. But you can see as you spawn in, get in the nearest boat and just make your way this way towards the waterways. There is another entrance, but I just figured to go through this one. And you can see as you make your way to the waterways, which is located right under Suki Castle, you're gonna enter this kind of little waterway system, and you're gonna see the armored boat is always gonna be docked right here on the side. All you have to do is go and now get inside of this, and you would think that it'd be a good idea to start shooting AI that are here. However, there are juggernauts, and the enemies, to be honest, just do a lot of damage, so I was like, let me just get out of here. There's been times where I get in here, I get on the turret, and I just get melted and I die, so I was like, let me use the, water to my advantage here and actually go to different spots. Here, when I was driving by it earlier, I saw all these AI, so I came back over here, and all I did was kind of position myself. I played it up just because I knew I was going to end up taking damage. And you just get on the turret, and you can see you get some free AI kills here. Thankfully, they say enemies and not operators, because if it said operators, that would have been a lot harder. But you can see all you have to do is get some AI kills, and it's pretty easy. Some of the AI like to make it difficult by hiding behind walls and stuff. But you can see I'm getting a number of kills here. And then after you just run out of AI to shoot in one spot, just go and drive to somewhere else. You're going to see in the gameplay here that literally I just repositioned like towards the right of the same area. And you can see here that I saw some AI by the SAM turret. So I went, positioned myself to where I can get a good shot. And then I went and got on the turret. And you can see right here, this is where I'm actually going to end up completing this challenge. So you can see get 20 enemy kills while using the boat turret of the armored patrol boat. So that one, like I said, pretty easy to get done in Ashika Island, especially on DMZ. Just know that if it's your first time, you may get rushed depending where you spawn by enemy players. And if you don't play DMZ a lot, then you really have nothing to lose. But if you do play DMZ a lot, then just keep that in mind when you load into Ashika Island. Our next vehicle is going to be the ATV. Now, to get this done really easily, I recommend just spawning into solo Al Mazrah and just pretty much go to Zaya Observatory. And when you drive off a cliff with the ATV, it will pretty much let you stay in the air for more than 5 seconds, which is what you need to get the mission done. Or I can say the challenge. Now you can see I was lucky enough to get an ATV to spawn right at Zaya Observatory. Now, if there is no Zaya Observatory ATV location for you, just go get one nearby and then bring it towards Zaya Observatory and then jump off the cliff while driving on it. So you're going to see here, I actually almost died because I'm going to land on it and somebody else, I guess, was trying to get the ATV, or they saw me and tried to kill me. So just be careful as always when you're playing Warzone. You can see right here, I actually get one shot and I'm almost dead. So you can see we're going to end up making our way past all of the buildings here. And you can pretty much keep following the road to your left. I don't know why I stopped following it. Here I just decided to go to my right. And then make your way past all the debris and broken buildings and stuff. And you're going to see right here, that's where I want to go. This is pretty much the edge of Zaya Observatory, which is like the highest point that you can pretty much make it 5 seconds in the air. You're going to see here, just keep driving straight down past the debris. And you're going to see these 3 trees right next to each other. Drive straight off of it and you can see you're going to be in the air for more than 5 seconds there. And then just drop here as well. And you can see ATV challenge complete, stay in the air while in the vehicle for 5 seconds. So again, just look for Zaya Observatory, solo, Al Mazrah, and you should have no problem doing it. Now you can see the next vehicle we're going to be working on is the light Helo. Now just to show you, you can get this done in Warzone, Resurgence, whatever. I got mine done in DMZ. And you can see when I spawn in, I spawned at the airport and I happened to spawn right next to a Helo. So all I had to do was kill the AI around the helicopter and then get in. And then once you get in, it's preferred to do this with a Helo that is fully just fueled, or relatively, has enough fuel. That way it doesn't take too long for you to refuel. Because let's say if your Helo is running on empty, you take it to a gas station, it's going to take like a couple minutes to refuel. And then when you're at that gas station, you're vulnerable to enemies shooting at you. And you're going to see later on in one of the clips, a team just randomly pulls up to the gas station and tries to kill us, destroying my Helo. You can see here, the same thing almost happens, but I was refueling, and I did fully refuel it until they started shooting at me, so the health went all the way down. Try to pick up my teammate just so we can dip, but you can see that's 1 refuel. This is my second one at another gas station. And you can see you don't even have to land on the ground. You can just stay on the rooftop and pretty much refuel and, repair your helicopter. So you can see that's going to be my second one there. And again, there are going to be players who shoot at you. When you're in a heli, your location is marked for everybody to see as long as they're near you. So just be careful with that. Try to be as, you know, lying low as much as you can. That way you're not really just being a target for everybody. But that's going to be the next spot right here. And again, just make your way to gas stations, ping it on your map. They're all relatively close to each other. You can see I'm on like the, you know, part of the map that has a lot of gas stations near them. There are parts of the map that have them more spread out, but you can see this is our next gas station. And all you have to do is bring it to a total of 10 gas stations. So it's not that hard to do. I was trying to do this all in one game, but like I said, at the end, there is a team that tries to blow up, or they don't try, they do end up blowing up my helicopter. But, you know, I don't know. At the end of the day, you do whatever you want. You can see here, this is going to be a refuel, and then my teammate gets out because we're looking for jumper cables to go to the Koshai complex in the same game. And you can see, as I wait for my teammate to come back, this team pulls up and they start shooting us. Again, we didn't do anything. We're just minding our own business. I was trying to save the heli, that way I didn't get destroyed so I could finish the challenge fast. And these guys just randomly decide to pull up. This is the risk you take when playing Warzone or DMZ. Thankfully, this team wasn't particularly good at the game, so it made it a lot easier for us. However, we did lose the Helo. And I'm going to leave this in here just because I'm petty. I'm going to be honest with you. Don't push people and then expect to, you know, get res right after it, especially when, you know, you do stuff like this. We're just minding our business. And you can see, like I said, not particularly good at the game. Easy kills. And don't be like this guy where they push us and then they plead for help expecting us to res them after they just got stomped. Why would I want to res somebody who just got body slammed? You know, pretty weird if you ask me. But you can see free loot. But again, if you play DMZ or Warzone, this is something that you could run into. So yeah, don't be like that guy. But that's going to do it for refueling it. Remember, you just have to do it 10 times. You can do it across multiple games. But we're going to move on now to the last vehicle. Or not the second to last vehicle, which is the PWC. So you can see we're loading into Ashika Island solo resurgence, and you can see I'm just gonna go to the PWC right off rip, and I am speeding it up because it kind of takes a long time. But just play the edge of the map here. You can see I was at the coastal ruins, and then before I was at water treatment, and now I'm gonna enter town center. So that's my 3 POIs right off the bat. I did have 2 before loading this in, so you can see I had to get my pop-up right there to visit 5 POIs. But you can see after town center being the 3rd one, we're going to make our way to beach club. That's going to be number 4. And then we're going to make our way to port ruins right here, which is going to be POI number 5. And just to show you, you can get to 6 if you go through the waterways. You can see I went down the middle and I entered the waterways, so that's my 6 POI. So you should have no problem getting this done on Ashika Island. So we're going to move on to the last vehicle, which is going to be the LTV, which in my opinion is the easiest. Now for the LTV, you can see here, this is pretty much the easiest one. Like I said, all you have to do is run over AI. If you go into DMZ, you can see here, boom, I run over that enemy. That's my 30th AI kill. You can see here, get 30 enemy kills by running them over with the LTV. And just to show you, it's very easy to kill AI in DMZ. All you have to do is get into Al Mazrah City. They're very common here. All you gotta do is find an LTV that's parked on the side, or if you want, call in an LTV with the turret on it from a buy station when you have a lot of cash, and then you will have no problem getting this done. Again, just run over enemies and you should have no problem getting this done. But now what we're gonna do is go over the rewards that you get for completing this, and there is some mixed feelings that I have over these, and we're gonna start it off right now when it comes to the armored truck. Now this one, in my opinion, is the best reward. I like this one the most because it goes from looking dirty, unkept, and like the normal version to now it's like classed up, it's shiny, it's new. I like it. Now for the MRAP, I'm not a big fan of the camo pattern. I don't like it with the light gray, dark gray, and the gold trim. It doesn't look too good. The heavy tank, same thing. It looks dirty with all the smudges and stuff in the front, and the gold trim just doesn't seem to be as bright. Obviously, these aren't in-game pictures, but you kind of get the point there. The hatchback, I don't really like the pattern that they went with the hood and everything. But the dirt bike, I don't even know where to start. It just doesn't look good in my opinion. The armored patrol boat is pretty cool. I like the logo in the front of it by the turret. Then the ATV is just eh. You know, for the amount of effort that I put into it, I'm not surprised. But the light Helo is pretty cool. I like the gold trim. I like the gray. It doesn't really contrast too much. Then the PWC is really nice. I like that little logo that it has by the handlebars. And then the LTV looks pretty cool. I like the gold wheels, the gold trim on the hood, and everything like that. Now here's the loading screen you get for completing the mastery one. Remember, you only need 6 out of 10. And then here's the emblem. As you can see, the radical emblem it's whatever. I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest, but if you like the emblem, by all means go ahead and get it. Now next you're going to see here is the Bass P weapon blueprint you get as a reward. Again, you can see it has the camo, it has the gold trim, it has the gray, but I'm not a big fan of it. I don't really use the Bass P too much, and you know, it's kind of just a master reward that I got just to get. So starting off the weapon camo challenges, I'm going to make this quick. With the LMG, it's just long shot kills. If you need the class setups, they're all going to be in the description down below, just because I don't want to make this video any longer than it is. But just to see the gameplay loop, I was on Himmelmat Expo, and I was able to get some long shots. If you just sit in this building here and just shoot across the map, you should have no problem getting long shots like I'm getting right here. And I think, yeah, right there you can see Eddie's unlocked. You get 30 operator long shots with LMGs. Now we're moving on to sniper headshots, and I know the audio for this is messed up, but you're going to see right there, headshot with a sniper, and you just have to get 50 of them. I did it in shipment, but wherever you decide to do it, it's up to you, as long as you get 50 headshot kills with a sniper rifle against enemy players. Now the next one is going to be the battle rifles, as you can see, and I just used the Cronin Squall because it's automatic and it's not semi-automatic. And all you have to do is lay prone and get kills while ADSing on operators. Next one is going to be the Marksman Rifle with suppressors, and you can see you get 40 operator kills while using a suppressor. You just got to get X amount of kills. It's pretty easy. Now the next one here is going to be the launcher. As you can see, get 75 kills using launchers. That one's really easy to do. You just have to go on shipment and get kills. But moving on from this one, the next one is going to be the shotguns, and you can see here you have to get 3 kills without dying. You have to do that, I think it's 10 times. So you can see here I was able to get my 3rd kill just barely, and you can see I have to get 3 operator kills without dying 10 times. So that's how you get that mastery one done. Now the next one is going to be handguns, and I don't know where the gameplay went, so pretend this black screen that you're seeing right now is the gameplay. In my opinion, just go into DMZ and kill AI with headshots with pistols, and you should have no problem getting that done. But that one does require 50 enemy headshots with a handgun, so you're gonna have to kill 50 AI with a pistol. But yeah, just imagine this black screen is the gameplay, because I have no idea where it went. Here's a screenshot though, so you can see that I actually did complete it. So you're gonna see here's the SMG gameplay, and all you need to do for the SMG is you have to get 100 enemy operator headshots with it in multiplayer. So you can see, or multiplayer is gonna make it easier. You can do this in Warzone, however, multiplayer is the way to go. You can see when I spawn in, I got the Eddies unlocked, get 100 operator headshot kills. Now I don't have the screenshot or the gameplay of me completing the camo, but you have to get 250 kills with ARs, and that's pretty easy on shipment. You can drop high kill games and get it done in a couple of games, but just get AR kills. Doesn't matter if it's headshots, prone, whatever you gotta do, just get kills no matter what. And after you get 250, you will unlock the camo. Now our last weapon is going to be the knife, and for this all you have to do is get 30 enemy kills. You can do this on AI and DMZ, however I think it's easiest in multiplayer, just because in DMZ you can get hit markers on AI. But here you can see I got both camos unlocked. Eddie's Supreme, which is the mastery camo, and Eddie's is the regular camo for each weapon. Now you can see this is what the Eddie's camo looks like, and I like it. Like I said at the start of the video, it's nice. It has like that bacteria under a microscope, you know, look on it, which I think is really nice. I think the colors just pop differently since they're just on different ends of the spectrum. But then the mastery camo here is kind of eh. The gold is a nice touch, I'm not gonna lie, with the orange and everything, but I'm not just too crazy about the colors. If maybe you like orange and gold and stuff like that, you might like it. But I do want to show this interaction it has when you're in like a pitch black area with like no light. You can see here, this is the normal camo, nothing unique, it doesn't glow or anything. But then if you switch over to the Eddie Supreme, that's when you're going to notice that there's a unique interaction here when you're in the dark. So you can see it does glow in the dark. That's a nice touch. I think it does add some value to it because there's not too many weapons that have that type of interaction. My only problem with this is it's such just like a weird niche type of, you know, unlock. Not a lot of people are playing nighttime maps. If you're a nighttime fiend, you know, you only play nighttime maps, then you might be, you know, excited about that. Or if you go into DMZ and you play the Koshai Complex, that's one place I can see you using that camo. But again, it's not going to be a common thing of using it in a pitch black setting. But that's going to do it for this. My overall thoughts is vehicle challenges should never be brought back. Please, Call of Duty, don't bring it back. Uh, this guide most of the time was spent on the vehicle challenges just because they were more annoying and they took longer. I don't want to waste any more of your time just because this video is already pretty long, and I'm not gonna lie with you, this has been a grueler for me to edit. So if there's anything wrong with it, I don't know if I'll ever recover from it. But this did take the whole day for me to edit. At this point, you're watching this, I'm uploading this Monday. Well, it's 11:25 p.m. so it's probably gonna get uploaded like at around 12 Tuesday morning, pretty much. But just know I spent all of Monday editing this together because I wanted to put it out as fast as possible. But by the time you're seeing this, there's 8 days remaining for the event. So take advantage of it if you can. Any other tips and tricks, let me know down in the comment section below. And if you found this useful, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell so you don't miss another video. If you have any feedback, I'd love to take it in. I understand this is a bit of a longer one. Maybe, leave some feedback on how I should structure it later on in the future. I'm always open to stuff like that. But like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell so you don't miss another video. Drop a follow on my Twitch, twitch.tv/MonkeySham0. A DMZ playlist will be popping up on screen right now, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.